let us all do we can to build a better future. Let's go ahead and move on now to our next segment. So apparently this was happening over the weekend. SOS USA was a hashtag that was trending. You had a lot of socialists and, a lot of people reaching out on social media. American plea to the international community for help achieving freedom becomes top political social media trend. Again, this is an article from RT America. So whatever you do, don't tell Rachel Maddow. Don't tell TYT. They might scream from the rooftop that Putin has invaded the internet, even though...
Hey, by the way, can I just give like a shout out just in general and just want to say, you guys do know, like, Russia's, like, first of all, as I've already said, a country with a GDP smaller than South Korea, which is just not that impressive to me that much. Their main industry is selling gas and having large amounts of nuclear weapons. That's kind of their thing. They
and
also
vodka.
Yeah, I mean that's an export that they have too, but other places do that as well. Russia's going to be it's like I just feel like I have to say this. Russia exists. I'm really sorry, Rachel. I'm really sorry, everyone. Russia just exists, and you have to deal with it existing.
By the way, all those who are peddling Russiagate, please tell us where Russia hurt you. So anyways, there you go. The hashtag SOSUSA became one of Twitter's top political trends this weekend as thousands of Americans posted calling for freedom in the United States and protesting poverty, police brutality, and lack of free health care. Again, in the richest country in the world, we have people going into poverty, no Medicare for all, etc. Many of the posts were in response to the videos of a Los Angeles police officer shooting a protester in the face at close range with a rubber bullet and attacking other protesters with clubs. Several tweets from self-described American communists called on foreign leaders, including Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel.
There's the irony. You know what? Cuba's like, you know what? We won't become a state. How about you become our state?
Chinese President Xi Jinping. Oh my God, they're calling on everybody to condemn U.S. police brutality or even liberate the country. And again, there's a video right there that's showing what happened. I think if you do want to watch it, viewer discretion is advised. But let's go ahead and I've just played a few short seconds of it. It's very difficult to watch, but this is happening right now. Not in Cuba, not in France, not anywhere else. This is happening here in the United States.
By the way, I appreciate in France the police genuinely looks terrified.
Yeah. So let's play this video. This is here in the United States, unfortunately. Play that video.
They just shot at point blank range.
Look at how terrified those cops are.
Pause it.
Look at them. They're just like, they wake up, they're terrified. They beat their wife, they're terrified. They eat their morning cereal, they're terrified. They run someone over, they're terrified. They go to police. Think they feel pretty comfortable, actually. They got the new margarita they got from the guy that they seized cash from. Then they go outside and they're beat. They're terrified. They get back in their squad car. They're terrified. Then they have protester who's standing with the side, and that is just absolutely terrifying and must be shot right in the face.
Again.
Coward.
Yeah. Let's scrolling down even further because again the same videos, but it's from different angles, is being played. And again, this is happening in our country, the richest country in the world. Other posts focused on poverty in the United States, the country's lack of free health care, especially during the COVID-19, as well as homelessness crisis that's happening. If we scroll, you'll see a bunch of images and tweets where again you have people calling out the fact that we have abandoned our citizens. We don't have health care. We don't have Medicare for all. We don't have affordable education. Our people, there are 30 to 40 million Americans that are at risk of being evicted. I keep saying this on every show, but it's very important that we remember this, that, again, these evictions are taking place. Even if they're not happening en masse, they are taking place across the country. And our politicians are only tweeting out feel-good tweets or wonderful conversations that they're having with warmongers. Ro Khanna, that's you. That's you, Ro Khanna. By the way, there's something that did catch my attention about our progressive lawmakers. That's somewhat connected with this story. They used to follow a lot of progressives, especially during 2016 and 2020, activists, community organizers, and then drop them like that as soon as the election was over.
Yeah, again, Rules for Rulers, everyone, go check it out. What effectively this would be described as the coup, and the coup would be taking over an existing congressional person, AOC, took over whatever his name was. Ro Khanna took over whoever he replaced. I just don't know it off the top of my head. And what happens, the same people that got him elected in the first place, that put him in office for the first time, is not the same audience in his mind as he needs to be reelected. The people that he needs to go with, well, it's the same keys that he replaced. That's why all these people and have this air of genuineness behind them when they're getting elected, because they genuinely are backed by the right people. But then as soon as they get in, this is, of course, the issue that Justice Democrats ran into and everyone else, is that they didn't think about this, is once this person's elected, how do we keep them connected to us? And no one has... I'm still waiting. And I'm just waiting for someone to explain to me how they've done well when they can't do this very important part of, I don't know, make sure they keep doing the right thing. Because we're so used to getting... This is part of the reason why I still think there's a chance of electoral politics, is because everyone's failed. They just they got so brought together by just getting someone in. They never thought about what next. We need to be in positions as communities that when these people get elected, they don't change their allegiance into something a little more easy to maintain themselves. If they go against the community and the people that elect them, they should know that they're not getting reelected. If we cannot instill that in our politicians, how can we ever get them to do what we want?
One other thing, too. When it comes down to these progressive lawmakers who are supposed to fight for us, when push came to shove, they did not show up for the Force the Vote town hall,
Yeah.
where 100,000 plus people attended. And yet we're still doing regime change wars, but yet you have people like AOC who says that Biden's doing exceeding expectations and that they're happy with whatever little scraps they're getting. This is not how you run a country, especially the richest country in the world.
I'm still on the fact that I think, at least with the current way that everything's put together, America would be better run if we just randomly picked it's like maybe we randomly pick 5 people in like a district, and then we each give each of them like $20,000 in free airtime on TV and say, go forth, make your claim. That way everyone still has a choice to vote, but it's a random pick. So good luck building power that way, and this assumes that we have a system that'll maintain that. But you get what I'm saying.
I also want to read the last 2 excerpts from this article. The social media trend started, SOS USA. It was in response to the Cuban SOS hashtag, which was used by American politicians and Cuban exiles to highlight pro-U.S. protests and demand U.S. intervention against the Cuban government. On Saturday, Cuba's own Director General of U.S. Affairs questioned on Twitter whether humanitarian intervention in the state of Florida is in order after it's revealed that Florida now counts for 20% of the new COVID-19 cases in the United States.
You know who could really help with that? Cuba.
Those Cuban doctors, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's no such thing as a perfect country. There's no such thing as perfection. It doesn't exist.
Especially when we have the problems America has. Deal internally first.
Yeah. Deal internally. And here's the thing. Cuba has doctors. And during COVID-19, what did Cuba do? Especially during 2020. Oh, that's right. They sent their doctors out. Excuse me. Live on air for the second time. I think I sneezed.
We need a Cuban doctor in here.
Yeah. Hashtag Cuban doctors. Help us out.
It's like, hey, man, I'd like to... If you don't need equipment, it's probably just cheaper and better to get a Cuban doctor at this point in time. So
again, this is only the beginning. So all these politicians that are tweeting out these feel-good tweets, it's not going to work. It's not working anymore. People are catching on to your little game, and we're sick of it.